In 1998, defense attorney Mike Mears was working on a death penalty case in Georgia when he came across something shocking. While preparing the defense of Timothy Carl Dawson, who was charged with multiple murders, his goal was to prove that the electric chair was a cruel and unusual punishment in the hope of saving his client. As part of this effort, he used the legal discovery process and subpoenaed the Department of Corrections for documentation on executions. What he uncovered went far beyond anything he expected. The state had been secretly and systematically recording every execution since 1983. In response to the subpoena, authorities handed over 23 audio tapes that documented every electrocution carried out over a 15-year period. On these tapes, you could hear everything: the preparation of the condemned prisoner, the placement of electrodes and straps, their final words, the surge of electricity, and the physical reactions leading up to the official declaration of death. Later, these recordings came to light through producer David Isay, exposing the brutal reality of a process that had long remained hidden in the shadows. Today, we'll focus on one recording in particular: the execution of Alpha Otis O'Daniel Stephens, Georgia's third execution in 1984. This case became one of the most catastrophic and controversial in the history of the death penalty in the United States, and it remains one of the most debated execution recordings ever released. The audio reveals a botched execution that became critical evidence against electrocution as a method of execution. Minute by minute, it documents the 19 agonizing minutes the process lasted, as Stephens survived the first jolt and remained alive afterward. Alpha Otis Stephens was sentenced to death for the murder of Roy Asbell, a crime he committed in 1974 after escaping from Houston County Jail at the age of 29. Together with an accomplice, he broke into Asbell's home in Twiggs County, surprised him, stole a .357 Magnum revolver, and forced him into his own car. He then drove him to a shed where he shot him twice at point-blank range. The next day, Stephens was arrested in Savannah and charged with murder, armed robbery, and kidnapping. In January 1975, a jury sentenced him to death after he confessed to the crime and admitted to another murder committed in 1973. After spending 9 years on death row and exhausting 5 unsuccessful appeals, he was executed on December 12, 1984, at 12:18 a.m., without the governor granting him clemency. And now, let's move on to the complete recording of this catastrophic execution.
Count of 3, press your button. 1, 2, 3. The execution now has begun. There was one small jerk from the condemned at the time the execution was initiated. He is sitting very still now, and we are also now into the second phase of the execution. We're now into the third phase of the execution. No movement from the condemned, no activity or no movement from the witnesses. He appears to be relaxing a little bit more now. There's 60 seconds remaining on the third phase of the execution. There is a slight movement from the condemned's head. He seems to be moving his head from side to side slightly.
I show the time is 12:19.
Commissioner, he is still moving his head, and he seems to have slumped down in a relaxing type position in the chair. But his head is moving from side to side slightly. Commissioner, Mr. Long, the execution is completed at this time. The electrical panel box is secured and locked. I do not detect any movement from the condemned at this time. He seems to have stopped moving his head and also his arms.
I show the time is 12:20.
You are in the lapse time countdown, is that correct?
Yes, sir. We're into the first minute of the lapse time now. No movement from any of the witnesses, and at this time, no movement from the condemned. We have now completed 1 minute of lapse time, 4 minutes remaining. 2 minutes of lapse time completed at this time, 3 minutes remaining. Still, Very little movement from any of the witnesses, and I detect no movement from the condemned at this time. Commissioner?
Yes.
Mr. Long?
Yes, sir.
There is some slight movement. He's still moving his head slightly. The only thing we can do is continue until the physicians can check him after the lapse time has expired.
Don't vary from your checklist.
Okay. Okay, we have completed 3 minutes of lapse time, 2 minutes remaining. Commissioner, Mr. Long?
Yes.
He is still moving his head slightly. Kind of a bobbing up and down movement. Commissioner?
Yes.
Mr. Long, we have completed 4 minutes of lapse time. We have 1 minute remaining. And from my vantage point, I do detect, or it seems to be, that he is breathing. Commissioner, Mr. Long, we have completed the 5 minutes lapse time. Stand by for the physician's check. It appears, and the doctors agree with me, that he's still breathing. You want us to check him and then go through it again, or just go ahead and go through it again?
Check him and then go through him again.
Okay.
Definitely check him. Don't vary from the checklist.
All right.
Have them check him.
Okay. So I can't think. Did we announce that we're going to do it again?
It doesn't say so.
Okay.
It remains on.
Okay.
Time at 12:26 and 30 seconds.
Commissioner?
Yes.
Doctors verify that he is still alive.
Repeat the execution.
Very well. Ready to go again? Ready.
Better check all the connections. Well,
Yes, sir.
did you tell the witnesses that you were repeating?
No, I didn't.
I think you should tell them.
Okay. You want me to just advise them that
Just advise them.
in the process and not go into any detail?
That's right.
Okay.
Physicians have vital
Wait just a minute.
tell the physician have vital signs.
Commissioner,
Final.
the superintendent is entering the execution chamber and approaching the mic at this time to advise the witnesses that we will proceed again with the execution.
Willis, if you can, tell him there were some vital signs remaining, so the execution will repeat. You can get that message to him.
Oh, it's too late now. He's already briefed him and he's on the way back in, sir.
Fine. All right.
I show the time is 12:28.
Okay, Commissioner, we'll proceed at this time. My count of 3, you press your button. 1, 2, 3. Commissioner, Mr. Long, the execution is initiated again at this time. The condemned made one big jerk, and now he is relaxing in the chair. I do not detect any other movement from the condemned at this time. We have completed the first and second phase of the execution. We are now into the third phase. I do detect his head moving side to side again. We're still into the third phase of the execution. Commissioner, Mr. Long?
Yes.
He is still at this time moving his head from side to side and appears to be breathing. We'll continue just like we did previously.
You're going to have to check that later.
We have 15 seconds remaining on the third phase of the execution. Commissioner, Mr. Long, the third phase of the execution is completed. The equipment is switched off, secured at this time. We're now into the 5 minutes lapse time.
What is the status on condemned?
Sir, he appears to be breathing to me.
You're going to have them check those sponges and check their connections. There's something they don't have connected right, Willis, or that.
Yes, sir. You want us to go ahead and complete this whole thing and then...
Yeah, complete your phase, and then you're going to have to make your check.
Okay, sir. Commissioner, Mr. Long, we have completed 1 minute of lapse time. We have 4 minutes remaining. I might also advise at this time that I do not detect any movement from him at this time. He appears to have stopped moving. Still no movement from any of the witnesses. They were just sitting very still, observing the condemned in the chair.
Show the time at 12:32.
We We have now completed 2 minutes of phase time, lapse time. We have 3 minutes remaining. I'd also add that I do not detect any movement from the condemned. Commissioner, Mr. Long, we have now completed 3 minutes lapse time. We have 2 minutes remaining. There is still no movement from the condemned. Commissioner, Mr. Long, we have completed 4 minutes of lapse time. We have 1 minute remaining. Still no detectable movement from the condemned. He does seem to have stopped moving entirely. Commissioner, Mr. Long, we have completed our 5 minutes lapse time. Stand by for the physician's check. At this time, the superintendent and the 2 physicians are entering the execution chambers for their check. The first doctor is now in the process of making his check for vital signs.
Show the time at 12:36. I show the time is 12:37.
The second doctor is still in the process of conducting his check for vital signs. The superintendent is at this time, Commissioner, Mr. Long, is in the process of briefing the witnesses that at 12:37 hours, this date, the condemned was pronounced dead. He has instructed all witnesses to depart the witness room back to the front of the institution. At this time, the curtains are drawn.